Well, we've dealt with the GardenCAD interface when you have a design up that someone's done, but of course you will want to put your own geometry representing these site boundaries and the location of buildings on the site. So you need to learn how we draw lines of particular lengths and at particular angles. Think of the black area of the screen rather like a graph paper that you used when you were at school, and when you drew graphs there was a positive X which ran off to the right and a positive Y which ran up, and the graph always started at X of 0 and Y of 0. They're called Cartesian coordinates, pairs of coordinates. So a line could run from 0, 0 up here and could go out 5,000, 5,000. That would be 5 meters in the X and 5 meters in the Y. Let's try it. L is the shortcut for line, 0, 0. If we typed a pair of coordinates, 5 meters, we went 5 meters in the X and 5 meters in the Y. In goes our line. I left the drawing colour at green here, so our line runs out from 0, 0. 0, 0 is just a little bit up from the bottom of my my red line. I should have made the red line right on it, and I'll fix that up in the drawing that I leave for you. So there's a line that is 5 units in the X and 5 in the Y. If we use the identifier and find out under information location data, and we go information location data, and we snap, I'll move this across here, and we snap to the end of that line, specify a point. Not quite sure why the properties box is coming up all the time there. The command, it's saying select point, and I need to get to the end of that line there. Now I want to fly over to get to the end of that line. I'll escape from there, right click, still on the drawing interface. I need a drafting aid, so I click drafting aid, object snap, and I've got rather too many of these snaps on at the moment, and I want to get to the end of that line. I'll turn on the grips snap. Grips are those little blocks you get when you click on a line. So now a grip is showing at the end. I should now, because I've turned that on, I should be able to go to, at least I'm pretty sure I'd left it on, I'll have to check in a minute, but I should be able to go information, location data, and find that point there. Now maybe I didn't leave it on. I'll right click, go to drafting options. Yeah, grips are on, object snap is on. I should be able to find that particular end point. So if I click it and click it, no, I don't want to move it, it's now selected, and we go to information and location data. Up this should come, it should give us the X and Y coordinates when we get and hit that particular one. So there we are, end X is 5,000, end Y is 5,000, so it was working very nicely. I think it was working beforehand as well. So we'll close that. So we've used a number of tools in this interface. So that's how you can draw lines at a particular angle using an X and a Y. But you might want to draw the same sort of line starting at 0, 0 and going maybe out 6 meters. We'll change the drawing color to say cyan. Line. There's another way of drawing lines. We can say from 0, 0, the same start point. Now this time we want to go out that at distance of say 12 meters. I was going to say 6, but we might be able to see it overlapping. So we'll go 12. The next point, we use the at sign, at 12. You've got to count your decimal places, 12,000, angle less than 45 degrees. And there, and finish it off with the hitting the right mouse button. That line now runs out at that 45 degree angle. But whereas the first line was determined by a position 10,000, 10,000, and its length certainly wouldn't have been 10. This time the length of that line should be the 12,000. Let's try it. Information, distance from the end of that to the end of that, and it's exactly 12. Can you see that there are a number of ways of drawing lines at using either pairs of coordinates or that distance and angle sign? On the subject of angles, if we just pan across over here, GardenCAD works when referring to angles. You've already seen that, so we went at an angle of 45, so angle 0 is here, 90 is up there, 180 there, and 270. So let's right click and zoom extents. So that's a little summary of how we use the interface, thinking of Cartesian coordinates and drawing lines of defined lengths at defined angles. They're called it's called the relative coordinate system, as distinct from the Cartesian coordinate system. So I'll leave that drawing. I'll call it Cartesian and pop it in the exercises folder for you to look at.